Latinos voted overwhelmingly for progressive candidates. If we give these people citizenship and voting rights, they will stand with our movement. That will give us at least 8 million more Democratic Party voters. That will give us a governing majority, not for the next few election cycles, forever. Do a little bit of math, people. Mitt Romney lost his election by 2.5 million votes. Donald Trump won his election by 200,000 votes, thanks to the wisdom of your founding fathers and the Electoral College, and actually lost the popular vote by 3 million. MIT recently released a study saying there are 22 million illegals in the country now. I've heard credible reports that it's over 40 million. But let's go with 22. That will give the Democrats 15, 16 million new voters instantly. So when the margins are 2 million, few hundred thousand, and the Democrats get another 15 or 16 million votes overnight, what does that do to your country, folks? Texas is gone, Arizona's gone, Georgia's gone, Florida's gone. You've lost it. You can never, ever elect another conservative. Why do you think Hillary Clinton promised to legalize every single illegal immigrant in this country within 100 days of taking office? Why do you think, folks? Because illegal immigration amnesty is the road to the one-party state. And if you think they mean a one-party state like France or Germany, it's not what they're after, people. They are after Cuba. They're after Venezuela. Because the Democratic Party today is run by the people who protested the Vietnam War and supported the North Vietnamese, and the people who went down to Nicaragua to support the Sandinista communists in the 80s. They are the people running today's Democratic Party, and they want their revolution before they die, folks. And illegal immigrant amnesty is their number one way of achieving it. Why do you think they're so hardcore opposed to the wall, folks? I guarantee you this. If 80% of the illegals in this country voted Republican, Obama would have had the biggest wall on the border you have ever seen. And here's a little side thing. An immigration officer told me this. How do you know how secure your borders are? It is by the price of heroin on your streets. Now, heroin is dirt cheap in America right now, folks. It's killing 60,000 young people a year. I bet you 1 or 2 people in this room know someone who suffered from it. It's all over. The fentanyl comes in from China to Mexico across the border, and the heroin comes from South America through Mexico or through Cuba to America. And it's killing 60 to 70,000 of your young people every year because your Democrats are so hungry for power, they do not ever want to seal that border. They are criminal people. Simply criminal. So you came on election night 2016, folks. You came that close to losing your country. That close. And I still don't think most of the Republican leadership has any idea of how close they came or what they're facing. The grassroots does, but not the GOP leadership, unfortunately. And I think President Trump does, but I don't think Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan have any clue, folks. So, has anybody, speaking of President Trump, has anybody ever seen as much vitriol and contempt directed at a sitting president as this one? Even close? Not under Reagan, not under Bush. So why do they hate him so much, folks? I think there's 2 reasons. The first is very easy to understand. Because the Democrats are so pumped up on election night, so believing their own propaganda, that when it all went south, they were like a bunch of kids who thought they were going to get the best bike you've ever seen for Christmas, and they got a pair of socks, right? And they are bitter and angry. But you should get over that in a week or a month, shouldn't you? Wouldn't you think? You know, you sort of move on. You know, we've all had disappointment. But this is the real reason, I think. See, if you're a modern Democrat, and I do not mean your next door neighbour who votes for the DFL and is a patriotic American who loves the country but still thinks he's voting for Harry Truman. You know, you all know people like that. I'm talking about the modern Democratic Party leadership, the Marxist leadership of the modern Democratic Party. So you believe in identity politics. You believe people are not individuals, they are part of groups.